YouTube, smash that like button. We're finna talk about this paycheck situation. So my last paycheck, which was this past Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, it was $490.38. I'm finna tell y'all what I did with that paycheck. I put 200 to the side for my car insurance, and the remaining of my car payment is like $180. So I put 385 to my car fund account, ladies and gentlemen. 490 minus 385. What's that? 105. All right, so I had $105 left over, ladies and gentlemen. If I'm not mistaken, I went out to eat on Friday. That cost me $45. So let's take that out. I was left with $60, ladies and gentlemen, and I used the remaining of that. I'm using that for my gas tank, ladies and gentlemen. It takes me about $40 to have my whole gas tank on full, which is a blessing. So yeah, that's what I did with my paycheck, ladies and gentlemen. And then y'all know next week I will be informing y'all on what I plan on doing with that next week check. But next week check, ladies and gentlemen, is I get a break. Only thing I will be doing with that check, if God willing, is gas. Yeah, just making sure my gas is on full, because I've been paying all my bills. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the next step will be paying all your bills is cool, all right. What I be telling y'all, we need to get ahead on the bills. Get ahead on the bills. I'm also blessed that in my situation, ladies and gentlemen, I get paid every week. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all, but I could breathe better knowing I get paid every week, because if I wasn't getting paid every week, most of your bread, is getting ate up either your first check or your second check. So I'm very grateful I get paid every week. But yeah, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm very simplistic, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have nothing like extravagant that I have to pay for. I got a car payment, rent. I'll pay that after next week. You know what I'm saying? Just had that put to the side before the first come around. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this check was mainly for my car payment and car insurance and gas, of course. And I have the money for the gas, I just told y'all. But next week, like I said, I will be getting a debrief moment. And like I said, gas for next week is mainly about what it, you know what I'm saying? I can't even talk. But yeah, next week, ladies and gentlemen, the most that I will be having to pay is gas. I hope that's all that I have to pay. Y'all know how life is. You be thinking you gotta pay this, and next thing you know, it's 3-4 things you gotta pay. And I just wanted to discuss to y'all my paycheck. So on average, ladies and gentlemen, we might as well say, like, let's say it's $500 a week. So I'm roughly making $2K a month from this job. That isn't enough in this economy. That's barely enough just to keep a roof over my head, ladies and gentlemen. And it'd be even worse if I had my own apartment and my apartment is $1,300-$1,400 a month. I would literally be barely getting by. So this is exactly why I'm so big and a very, very serious being an advocate for the saving money community, because if you don't got no money saved, ladies and gentlemen, you can't take no risk. You can barely take care of yourself in need when you need to. You know what I'm saying? If you just get laid off, what the fuck you gonna do? But I say all that to say this. I just wanted to tell y'all what my last paycheck was, $490.38. You know, I did enjoy a little bit of that. Like I said, I took myself out to eat to a Chinese buffet. Me and my friend, we ate good. And I still had some funds left over to make sure I get to and from work. Next week, that's what I need to say. Gas and some groceries. That's it. That's all I should be having to spend next week. Gas and groceries. because looking at the refrigerator this morning, and I don't even got nothing. I ain't had nothing to take to work for the past 2 days, ladies and gentlemen. I can't get on nobody but myself. But that's because the weeks where I have bills, I'm focused on knocking the bills out. I ain't gonna lie. I know some people be like, "Oh, I gotta eat." Well, I'll make sure I knock them bills out so I can eat later. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did with my paycheck, ladies and gentlemen. Car payment and car insurance. That's what I did with this check. Next week, I'll be back with another video to tell y'all what I did with that check. But again, like I told y'all, gas and food is all I have on our itinerary when it comes to me getting paid next week. So I pray and I hope that that's all I got to pay. Appreciate y'all time, ladies and gentlemen. Mash that like button and be serious about your finances as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only making these videos to hold myself accountable and actually, just spread light on some of y'all making more money than me, some of y'all making less than me, but either way, we got to find a way. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just recording me finding a way and posting it on the internet and just sharing my life experiences with y'all. Appreciate y'all time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gone.